Hi, YouTubers. I've got these glasses on and they are kind of yellow. They're kind of for screens to stop me getting a bit of a headache from the screens. I don't really get headaches from screens, but I've always had these yellow glasses sitting there and I've never worn them, and I think I quite like them actually. The screens do look cool under the slightly yellow tinted. I also have a yellow light and a red light on my face, hence why it looks a bit weird. But I kind of like it, so I'm just going to go with it. This is a video about dictation software, alternatives to the expensive software that you can buy in the shops. If you are a MacBook owner or a Mac user, if you double click, I think it's the function key on your keyboard, and you have your mouse flashing away inside a word processing application on your computer, like Notepad or Word doc or something like that, then you can start, after you've double clicked the function key, the microphone will start listening to your voice and you can dictate to the computer and the text will appear magically on the screen in front of you. That's great. If you're a Mac owner, then carry on doing that. But if you're not, here's an interesting alternative. If you're a PC user or if you're a Mac user and you are somebody who uses Google and you're not too bothered about how Google instill themselves in your entire life and become integral to everything you do on a computer, which pretty much they are for me. I found this out only recently, and frankly I think it's brilliant because I don't use Microsoft Office anymore. I got sort of fed up with paying an amount every month because I do it with Adobe and I was doing it with them, and it's like all these like micropayments are flying out our lives, and it's just like I think it gets to the stage where you just have to control them. And Word documents and Excel sheets are joyless tools for me. They're old-fashioned. For writing, I use Scrivener now, so I don't really use Word anymore. If anything, I use Notepad as my go-to word processing tool. I love Notepad because it's so light on the processor and it's just text. There's no formatting in there, although I know you can add formatting. Anyway, dictation software exists in Google Docs. If you haven't got an account, I recommend getting one. If you open up Chrome, which I've just done, and then you go to Docs. Sorry, I should be explaining what I'm doing. You go to the 9 little dots up next to your account image. You have to log in, of course. And you go down to Docs there and open the Docs. And this is what the Docs page looks like. I've got all these docs here that I didn't even know I had because I've only recently started using Google Docs. If you go down to this bottom right-hand corner, I don't like how everything's the extreme on the screen, but down here in the bottom corner, the bottom right-hand corner, create new document, which I'm going to do, and then you put the cursor in the middle of the screen. I'm going to make the font much bigger. Ooh, there we go. And what I'm going to do is you go to Tools, and if you go down to Voice Typing, and there you go, this little box appears here, which you can move around the screen if you want to, and as soon as it says click to speak, and as soon as you click it, and you have a microphone connected to your computer that you've installed the drivers for and everything, and it all just works, then make sure that's switched on, make sure the computer can hear your voice, and then just click this microphone, and away you go. As soon as you click the microphone, everything you say will start appearing on the screen, and it will do a pretty good job of dictating or copying out into words the sounds you are making with your mouth, as long as the sounds you're making with your mouth are words. Of course, if you started making a noise like a chicken, it wouldn't necessarily know what you're on about and would make up a silly word that sounds like the sound that you're making, which would be yeah, it just gave up there, as you can see. Well, that's it. End of video. Thanks very much for watching. No, well, that is pretty much it. I think that's pretty cool. Dictation software that existed there in front of our very eyes and we didn't know. But as I say, it does rely on you being a user of Google, and some people might feel a bit funny about I don't really want to be I don't Google to be processing words that I'm saying, because that will then go off to the FBI and the CIA and the BBC and ITV and Channel 4, and they will use it to find out bad stuff about me. If you're like one of those people, then if that's your concern, fair enough. don't use it. But if you're a student, I can imagine having if you got a PC as a laptop and not a Mac, which I would recommend you did anyway, then this is something that's quite useful to, you know, have this running while you're listening to a professor or whoever you can make notes. I wouldn't, just as a point, educational point, I think it's better to actually make notes. You know, I'm not going to lecture you about how to educate yourselves, because you can get a little bit complacent and just rely on this to record everything, and then you look back at it and it will have mistakes. It will make spelling mistakes, and you have to go back and edit it, and editing can be difficult. So don't rely on it 100%. It's a useful tool. Why don't you try it, see what you think? And I seem to have something in my eye, so that means I'm going to go and wash my face and see if I can get it out of my eye. But thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed that. If you found it useful, let me know down in the comments. Like, subscribe, the whole bit. And I've really enjoyed sharing this bit of info with you. Thanks very much. You all take care, and hopefully I'll see you again in the next video. Thanks. Bye.